we are back for another GAC. This is the 6th match throughout the season, so we're halfway through and we're going up against Talk today. And Talk is quite an impressive account. So this is someone in Cobra Kai, which I get these confused, so I may not know this correctly, but I think this is like the top guild in the game. Like the best PvP guild in the entire game. And as you can see here, his account kind of holds up. Straight up, like 10 million account. Like we won't even start naming stuff off because you name it, he has it. So this is kind of cool, but it's also ridiculous. So that is his roster from that point of view. Let's go ahead and look at our spreadsheet to see some other things. So Talk, even with our new GL, he has almost 100% risk rating on us, which basically means he's about the hardest opponent that we can get here. So looking into this, he has, 500 more relic levels than us. 500 more relic levels. That is insane. That is a whole lot. He's got all the GLs. He has a good mod advantage on us as well, and that sucks because typically this is where we start to make up against our opponents as we have better mods than them. He has us just crushed here. Better than us in every single category. It even matches us in plus 25s, which is very rare. So hopefully we can do something here. But he's also got Star Killer. He's got 3. He only has 4 GAC Omicron, so we do have a slight advantage in that respect. We're kind of catching up. I guess we're missing 1 there, and then yeah. So this is gonna be a very interesting fight. I mean, let's go ahead and check out the defenses on offense. See what he did, but yeah. So that being said, we lost our last 2 matches, and this is the reward for losing like 6 matches in a row. We get to fight a 10 million account. So my defense is the same as the last couple matches. I won't go through it too in depth, but basically we're trying to draw out GLs with this front wall, having everyone at kind of insane speeds. We have Droidic up there, breaching nearly 400, Talon and Darth Revan at 370 or whatever. Up top's not that special, and then in the back we've got our 2 Galactic Legends waiting, being Lord Vader and JMK. I really need to replace this Traya team with something. I just don't have anything for it right now, but unless I want to mess with my offense, and especially after how things went last match, I don't know if I want to mess with my offense. But his defense doesn't look, this is the problem, it doesn't look too scary. Like, we have vanilla GG here, which should be pretty easy to take out. I haven't figured out what we want to use because he has a Qui-Gon up top, so I don't know if I want to use Bad Batch. And we can't use Night Sisters because he also has the good Lord Vader comp up top. We're gonna have to use Iden against this, and then a lot of these I just don't know. Like, this is gonna be a super fast team. Rey, I think we're gonna be able to. This is actually kind of nice. We're gonna be able to get away with, how much offense does she have? We're gonna be able to get away with just C armor. I don't think we're gonna have to use. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to use the full like 5-man comp. I think it's like 50 banners because she's pretty low offense for an R9. Yeah, she's pretty low offense for an R9. So just the 2 stacks of Beskar should be enough. But as long as someone doesn't kill her first, we should be fine. So I'll have to check. Because I don't think R2 goes for the stun first. Yeah, I could probably just 2-man that. Oh, he's mod for offense too, so she's going to hit stupid hard. But yeah, it's his bottom wall, and then his top wall isn't too threatening either. Like, we have to make some tough decisions with, like, Bad Batch and Night Sisters, and we're going to have to save Wampa for this, I'm guessing. And I'm just going to take a wild guess and say that Wampa beats R8 Stormtrooper. Really no idea if he does. We're going to find out. GG Newt will have to beat this. But yeah, it should be a good one. So let's go ahead and smack him. Let's go ahead and whack him. And here we go. So we're starting with the Mon Mothma battle with Iden, just because it's like a surefire counter for us. It's literally never lost. And the relic levels on this one they're not too pertinent. Like, there are a lot of counters that will live and die in relic levels. This just is not one of them. It's been, at least in our experience, it's been proven time and time again that Gear 12 is enough to beat as high as they can. And consider to tell me what you guys think about this. I'm seriously considering cutting this specific battle, like Mon Mothma or Iden versus Mon Mothma, from our future videos, just because we've done it a million times and it's never any different. The comp doesn't change anything. Like, the kill order is important. I guess that's true, and we've talked about that. Like, Kara and Kyle Katarn need to die first, but other than that, it's just kind of 2 minutes in a video that most people are probably skipping. So let me know what you think in the comments, if we should start skipping this battle or not. But that being said, you might be skipping already. We might not get any feedback, and it's just going to stay here forever. So here we are. But yeah, so everything's going super smoothly. We're able to kill Kara. Once Kara's dead, we're able to land the death mark. Kyle's permadead. And then we just get the kill ashore. So Went pretty well, 75 banners in the first attack. That's a great way to start. We're gonna go ahead and bring in seat armor for this next one. And luckily, so this raid comp, her modding's pretty good. She's R9, she's more health than she is offense, which made me super comfortable with this. And there's really no one on that team that does anything to stop armor from immediately throwing her stacks around. There's no JTR for the healing immunity, so we really only needed the 2 of them, which is really nice because one of the things that I've been kind of upset about, I guess, with C versus Ray recently is we win, but it's like a 52 banner win because we have to take in a bunch of tanks because I don't have any good tanks, and I have to take in a bunch so that JTR doesn't land healing immediately. Important strategy note, we did make sure to, now that we're about to get ult, we did make sure to link up R2, because I want him to be zapped, because if we can zap, as long as we zap him, then Ray loses all the bonus offense that comes from his unique. And we're about to get a bunch of health back by killing them, so we're pretty much, yeah, back up to full speed here. I believe we go ahead and link up Vandor, and we actually link up Ray. I don't want to link up Haldo because I want, ideally, to leave 2 characters so that Ray can continue to be linked so that we can continue to work on her. So you can see this time we actually took less damage we did from the last time. Last time, because R2 was there, we went down to the yellow with the ult, but without R2 there, we were able to only go into the green. We went ahead and re-linked purely for the purpose of getting our protection back. I don't want to take another ult without it. We get our health back by zapping them, and then we left Haldo again here just in case we needed to re-link and get protection back, but luckily, we were able to KO Ray pretty quickly, despite, you know, R9 and a lot of health. And at this point, I just pressed auto. Like, there's nothing left to do here. So, that was really nice. Next up is Bad Batch versus Super High Relic GG. This is like full R8, R7. And our Bad Batch is kind of on the smaller side. Like, it's R5. It's got an R1 Omega. Like, it's not... Like, we don't match them Relic level for Relic here. So, I was a little worried about this, but I figured... Even when Bad Batch kind of go wrong, they still typically win with like 1 or 2 people surviving. So I was really trying to have multiple of them die at the same time. You can see like there's almost all the ads are about to die here. Luckily, actually not luckily, none of that happens. We kind of get screwed. Weirdly enough, though, this GG had a crit damage set, which I haven't ran the numbers to see how great that is. But at the end of the day, we have quite a bit of crit avoid with Hunter's lead. So I don't know if that was really just kind of wasted on him. So we're able to get our banners back, and even with him getting this 4 AoEs in a row or whatever, he still dies. So that was pretty cool. So this team is super fast. His Queel is like 350, yeah, 351. With Django lead, it's 381, so super fast. Like our bounty hunters are just barely faster. Like it's really close. But we go ahead and take in our undergeared bounty hunters because I know no matter what, we'll be able to snipe out Bam. And we were a little afraid. We were a little afraid that Django was just gonna wreck us as soon as that was done. We made sure to go ahead and taunt here because we knew we were gonna get another turn to trigger the frenzy. We go ahead and play a little turn meter game here with Zam to get more thermals out, and just really trying to go as hard as we can on Django before he actually nukes us. And luckily we get him out. And that nest over there was modded super slow, like super slow. So that was really nice because if her and Django got AoEs off back to back, you know, my Gear 11 ore is just dead so. Luckily, she did not, so that was really nice. And at this point, we're just really hanging in there until Grief can get his cleanse out, because we have a lot of debuffs right now, and if Nest keeps getting hits, it's gonna start doing a lot of damage. So we get the cleanse, and I didn't mention this, but we've been specifically trying to hit IG with Mando so that we can actually crit him and, you know, reduce our cooldowns, get turn meter. I guess we couldn't get turn meter all days, but I still wanted the cooldown to go away. So we're targeting Queel here just because, you know, IG's kind of impossible to kill without him. Get him out, and I think we just pressed auto here. Yeah, we did. We just pressed full auto because there's really not a lot he can do. Auto will do the best here. Even if he uses AoE, we'll get a little bit of protection when we kill him, and that'll be fine. And there we go, he's dead. So that went well. Ooh, this is fun. This is really fun. So, like we were saying earlier, this opponent has a ton of relic levels on us, over 500 relic levels. And one of the things he has is a R8 Stormtrooper, and that R8 Stormtrooper has full protection mods, so all 4 protection primaries. So I was a little worried if we were going to have the offense that was necessary to get through this. Just because of that, because he had defense and health sets as well, so it was a really tanky storm. And I've heard like people theorizing that, you know, Wampa just can't get through it, especially because I've always advocated for a no offense Wampa. I think he gets enough offense through his stacking unique that we've used like 3 or 4 times here. I've pretty much advocated for the fact that it's mostly useless, and also like the dots really do a number on them. So you can see here within a minute, R8 Storm is just dead, and there's just really nothing they can do about it. 68 banners. That counter's solid. That counter's really solid. Like if your Wampa is losing versus Iden, either some really weird comp with TIE Fighter Pilot or something in the modding needs to be fixed. So this one kind of sucked. So their Mara had a decent amount of potency, and you can't see it here. Maybe I need to fix the way my camera is. But their Mara landed shock on my B2 without tenacity down. So I guess I probably just need more tenacity on my B2, I guess, is the solution. And that leaves this match to get really scary, because you see that both Palp and Starkiller just got a bunch of turns. The Starkiller's already starting to get kind of unleashed, and I'm in the stream here, I'm saying, like, I really don't know what I'm going to do. Like, this is bad. Like, our B2 is shocked, so he's not getting any turns. They're starting to loop us here, and really luckily, or I guess not luckily, it's a part of the kit, Newt ate it, and now we finally start to get going back on him. Grievous cleansed, he got a turn, and now we have an opportunity to start killing these guys. So go ahead and take out Visas first. We go ahead and throw the Extortion to Starkiller just to kind of slow him down, because I typically don't try to kill him first just because he's really tanky, so we just threw that over there. And I guess we're going for Palp, because I don't want Palp to get another double turn stun on everyone. They kill B2 because, you know, he's R1, and then someone else died. Who was that? Magna. So yeah, Magna's dead now. But I mean, at this point, it's just Mara, and Mara's not going to solo our 3-man GG team here. So yeah, I have a very strong love-hate relationship with this counter, because it always works, but it's almost never the same. It's never the same. Then next up, we have our SLKR versus Lord Vader. He only put those 2 Galactic Legends on the entire field, so we got kind of got away with being able to do this. We went ahead and swiped there first so we could get both the taunts up. This is actually something I need to do. I need to demod Zombie. As cheesy and as crappy as that makes me feel, it's bitten me in the butt multiple times recently, because my Zombie is fast enough to use an attack, and when she uses an attack, she gets rid of the advantage. When she gets rid of the advantage, she gets rid of the permataunt. So that's something I need to fix. But this battle is going okay. We survived the first Maul onslaught. We did lose Watt during Lord Vader, so it's gone forever now. But this is kind of like it's not too bad. We're about to get to SLKR's first ult here. First order Stormtrooper is permanently dead. Probably should have stunned Thrawn there. This battle goes so fast. I feel like that I pretty consistently misplay what I'm supposed to do with SLKR. Like, looking back, or even in the moment, I know exactly what I was supposed to do, and I just don't do it. Yeah, and their Maul also just kind of lives with 5 stacks of Anguish on him. That's a little concerning. We get Stormtrooper back, but I think it's very short-lived. Like, he gets torn into right away. But yeah, their Maul still sitting there at 5 stacks. Thrawn goes ahead and fractures first order Stormtrooper, which is whatever, I guess. Maul takes him out, which is unfortunate. Luckily, again, there was no ult, so he can come back. Lord Vader's getting ticked, but by this point, our Zombie has died enough that Doc is just doing fine. Like, she's gonna be fine. And now we've siphoned a ton here, and we've been able to siphon quite a bit on Royal Guard. So hopefully, if and when Lord Vader gets to his next ult, he will take the negative mastery from Royal Guard there, and we can just call this a day. We're able to get first order Stormtrooper back, but it's the dots off him. But I'm pretty sure he's permadead now. So this is unfortunate. We don't get the negative mastery for Lord Vader, but SLKR is able to crit, so he hits him for 650,000. So that was pretty nice. Lord Vader went down with a minute on the clock. I thought we were looking at maybe timing out here, and this is weird. I actually don't like this counter at all. This was a very good Darth Revan. There was an R9 set on here who was modded correctly, like full protection, full defense. And there wasn't another Galactic Legend to kill, so instead of being stupid and trying to take our R5 Dark versus R9 set, we just decided to use this. And there is a little bit of strategy to this. I wanted to specifically Handwave Darth Revan so they don't just get to start with all their fear, because the reason why I don't love this counter, despite, you know, JML being a Galactic Legend and Darth Revan isn't, is because Darth Revan, his whole kit is pretty much like, give me access to the leader. Like, I want to hit the leader constantly. Like, that's his whole deal. And JML just makes that really easy. Oh, so we got to see the Talon revive for the leader. That was kind of interesting. Yeah, from here it's pretty much over. Once Bastashon Fallen was out, there wasn't a whole lot they could do to recover. So we're just trying to get banners back. I think we end up coining Hoda with this one. Yeah, and Shock doesn't prevent protection recovery, so that's pretty nice. Go ahead and Handwave DR again just for fun. Go ahead and put everyone's protection back up. And now let's just kill everyone. So we do that. We do that quite well. There they go. And then we're going to go ahead and take our CLS. These last 3 fights that aren't fleet, I think I might have been able to split them differently to get higher banners. I don't know if I stand by these 100%. But so they didn't have boss lead, so I was pretty darn sure that Zam just dies instantly on the shoot first. She did. Then we got to kill Fennec because she was really the only threat here, and then Nubaka just slaughtered everyone. Like, that was a really quick match. We go ahead and bring in Qui-Gon Jinn versus this JTR team, and this is the fight I don't really like. I should have done one of 2 things differently. I just should have used a different team, like we should use CLS here and then Qui-Gon versus the other team. Or we needed to bring in a weak character because we had enough good Jedi left over that we put all of our good Jedi in here, but then with all of them being super healthy, our Qui-Gon was the weakest character, so they prioritized him and killed him, and I don't really love that. So now, of course we're gonna win. But I really like hiding behind, like, a Gear 12 Barriss or something like that, and Qui-Gon living forever, and then Jedi Anakin just getting 13 million turns, and it's much more comfortable. So I didn't love that fight. I think, like I said, I think we could have rearranged this to do this differently. And then we have this really bad dash team, so we got to take in all the good troopers because we didn't need them elsewhere. And, I mean, there's really not a lot to say about this fight. You go first, you win. The dash was like 320 speed, and our Piet was like 350. Both those are before the lead, so we got the fleet, and he put Executor, and he typically always does that, which is why we left our own to kind of prevent his full clear. So he had Empire, he had Executor, and he had, I believe, Raddus. So the plan here is to just kill 2. Kill 2, and just hope he can't get the full clear on us. So we go ahead and take Malevolence in here, and we get the RNG, so we didn't lose our Vulture immediately, and that seems where a lot of the bug is, like, because the Vulture droid that comes back is not assisting. So we still have the original Vulture, so we're not really having to deal with that bug quite yet. We're able to get Bomber out immediately, which is great. And now we get a chance to snipe the shuttle, because that shuttle causes a lot of issues. But now pretty much everyone's dazed, but we get the kill anyway. So we're doing pretty well. Like, I just want this last kill. We have, this is Finalizer, right? Yeah, Finalizer versus Raddus. I want to get this, and then we're just going to try. We're going to try to throw a burner, and we're going to try to beat Executor with our really bad Rebels. It's not, we've done it before where it's worked, and we've done it in other situations where it's just completely crap the bed because they kill my Millennium Falcon with basics after we use the burner. So this is going okay. Like, I think this is the strongest, what's the name of that ship? Oh, look, the Star Fortress. That's the strongest Star Fortress we've ever faced at 6 stars. Typically, the ones we fight have been 3 or 4 stars, so this is a little bit better. But that being said, my goal here is to make sure that we can get rid of the Millennium Falcon's buffs before she just one-shots our entire team, because that's an issue we've been having. So we get a lot of pretty big hits on the whatchamacallit to get it out. Then we go ahead and bring in the Bomber here, just so we can call the Mass Assist on the Falcon. Even if we don't get the stun, if we can at least get the foresight off, if we can get something else going there, then the big hit they will have coming will not be that big, which is really my worry. That's really what we're trying to avoid here. So after some apparently well thought out strategy here, yeah, because I'm wanting to get rid of all that, or at least as much of that as I can. So call on the Mass Assist, which is that one. Apparently, I'm reading. I think the other one has a way to assist too. Echelon's pretty cool. All right, so they dodged the stun, and then they resisted it. But luckily, our shuttle gets to go first and removes all of the buffs. So even if they do get their big hit in now, it is just that. It's not a big hit. So this is okay. Like, that's really what I wanted to avoid. Now, as long as they don't get 13,000 dodges, we can just kill them. So they brought in Lando's Falcon. I think it's the first reinforcement, which is great for us because then it gets like no turns. Yeah, things are going fine here. I mean, they're getting their very normal amount of dodges, which that's fine. Poe comes in. I think we actually, this is weird. I don't think this is ideal. We go and just one-shot land it, but I think it's best to get rid, like, you want to get rid of the resistant ships. Because if they get close to their ult, then this gets messy. But we killed them anyway, so whatever. So, just for context, we sent in a burner for this, and the burner went perfectly. We managed to get all the cooldowns down, and they had basically no turn meter. So Executor went first, and then they start basically my Millennium Falcon, and they even get the double tap from XP, and luckily Houndstooth is super slow. So we're able to start making a recovery here. And they've all used all their big moves. So, and because they changed the Executor AI, which this is great because it used to be different, we now don't even have to go through Houndstooth. We can go right for Xanadu Blood. And we get some good, I won't lie, we get some good RNG here. We got the assist right there. And now we can kill Xanadu Blood on an AoE. And we can start working on Razor Crest. And then this, we get the Shield Disruptor, whatever the name of that ability is on Houndstooth. So now a character that is typically really, really hard to take down, we now have a shot at. And the stars just align here, guys. So we rip the taunt off, and then we send in Cassian, who rips that taunt off, and then we get to retarget Houndstooth, and dead. Just like that. And I mean, they're not getting anywhere. They've hardly gotten any target lock or any breach out at all. They've already lost Houndstooth. They've lost Xanadu Blood. They just lost Slave 1. We haven't lost a single ship, so we're just dominating the board. Executor or not, it's going down. It is going down. So, we only have to get Razor Crest unless they bring someone out. And I think we brought... Yeah, we just went for a basic, which feels weird. But we didn't need to cleanse anyone, so it is what it is. They go ahead and for the AoE, which doesn't really matter because they only have one ship. And just like that, they die. So, ultimately the board ended up looking... I was going to say something like this, but it has actually... The attack period is over. Again, you can't see that because my camera's there, but... Our opponent, so, one of two things happened with our opponent's attacks. A, he saw that we beat him for super high banners, which we kind of did, and he just didn't want to put in the effort to even try. I don't know if he would have been able to if he did try. Or B, he's just taking this week off. He's just taking this week off and doing one battle just to make sure that he gets his crystals. He did this attack at least 5 hours ago. It could have been more than that. I'm not on the game consistently enough to know. But yeah, so he only did one attack. And I mean, even if he is taking a week off, I'm still happy with this win. Like we worked for this. We worked really hard. Every single thing that we wanted to do worked. And we, at least for the second week in a row, or not for 2 weeks in a row, we don't just take the one win here. So this was pretty nice. This was nice to see. Still a little salty about the game crash, but, you know, we just have to get over ourselves. Yeah, I think that is going to be it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, stay awesome.